2 hungry neighbors, 1 frustrated neighbor.
Frustrated neighbor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think you all know that we are part of the Juice Plus company. Like I just had this tug on my heart that I had to share. Mm-hmm. My responsibility was to share. And this was after about 2.5 years of being on the product and not having any, desire to be a sales rep. I've got a lot on my plate. I believe in the product, so we're going to take the product. But once I started taking the product and realizing all the benefits that my family was getting, that's when I started sharing. And that's when I decided to join the team and become a sales rep. Over the weekend, I just had somebody kind of strike a nerve with me. And I know everybody, their first question out of their mouth when we talk about Juice Plus is they want to know how much. Mm-hmm. Or they say, I've heard of it and it's too expensive. I think that people need to get educated about the product. Mm-hmm. And it's not too expensive. I'm going to tell you what is too expensive. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay. You know what's too expensive? Some of the coffee drinks that you stop and get. Those are too expensive. Energy drinks, way too expensive.
Those are like $3.50.
Yeah. It's frustrating because if you break it down and you look at what we spend on all this other frivolous stuff, and you could be you don't have to do it all. You could start, I started my family with just fruits and veggies. I mean, what's too expensive? You know what I mean? As far as
Reggie agrees with you.
Reggie's on my side.
Reggie.
But I mean, what is too expensive? You know what I mean? Like, can you go to the store and buy everything that's on these labels? Because it's just food. It's just fruit and veggies. Can you buy all that for $1? What is it, $1?
So that's about $1.49 a day.
$1.49 a day. Can you do that? And then, watch this. You buy this for yourself, and then you get this for a kid.
Or the gummies.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, is that expensive? No, it's not expensive. It's frustrating for me, and I think because, people don't know what they don't know, right? Is it expensive to take your kids to the doctors all the time? The co-payment, the prescription cost, the cough drops, the cough medicine, the
time off work, gas to get there.
I mean, is that too expensive? I mean, that's expensive.
How I looked at it 12 years ago. Okay, so our family started on this. All right, the trio. There's 5 of us. So we had a 3, 5, and 1-year-old. And at the time, I thought, well, I can't just do it for one of them. Like, I want us all to be healthy. And I honestly, we were pretty healthy, but I knew that we weren't doing everything we could do in terms of prevention. I knew that, yes, today, 12 years ago, we were healthy, but, as time goes on, what's in our future? Is it heart disease runs in our family. That was a big reason why I added this right away. Mm-hmm. Alzheimer's runs in our family, which is why we since have added this when the Omega came out. So yes, our family was healthy. We had some minor things going on, ear infections, sinus infections, strep throat, but in general, we were healthy. But I wanted to be healthy at 85 so that I'm playing with my grandkids, and so I was thinking long term. So when Mark and I looked at how to incorporate this into our budget, I immediately said, okay, well, we can give up our coffee drink, which for this, it's $2.38 a day, but you get to have a child for free. So it was going to be me for $2.38 and a child free, and then Mark for $2.38 and a child free. So we needed to find about $5 a day. $5 a day for 5 of us to be getting in 30 fruits, vegetables, and berries. And so what I did was I thought about this. If you go to the grocery store and you buy an apple, a crown of broccoli, and some grapes, let's just say, something out of each of these, that's around $6 to $7. Assuming that we actually purchase it and then come home and eat it every single day. So when I thought, well, for $6 to $7, I can buy 3 things here. And I'm still going to buy those things. You still need to buy fruits and vegetables, but I looked at this as part of our grocery bill because I was feeding our family 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries. So to me, that goes into our grocery bill. So not only did I was fine with giving up that coffee drink to be able to get the proper nutrition into my kids, but then also to think it's part of my grocery bill. It's been seamless.
I have peace of mind that I'm doing everything that I can to make sure that Ryan and Tim are healthy. You know, and if that
absolutely.
means that we have to cut out, you know, going through Starbucks, then we cut out going through a coffee shop.
Well, and I know your mom's done quite well. My parents have been on these products for 12 years as well. They're 75-year-old people that are living extremely as full of a life as I am, if not more. You know, able to travel, golf, tennis, and if they're actually at the age of 75, you know, living a very full life. And do I think this had a part to play in it? Absolutely. Can I prove it? I cannot. But I do think that getting 30 fruits and vegetables and berries and now these omegas, and they've been faithful to doing the shakes regularly as well, for the last 12 years, you couldn't convince me that hasn't helped. I mean, the thing is, it's just food, right? It's not a miracle. It's not a miracle drug. It's not a vitamin pill. It is food. And if you put whole food into your body day after day, the variety of the rainbow, good things happen.
Absolutely.
Doesn't mean you'll never get sick again, doesn't mean you'll never get cancer, doesn't mean you'll never get heart disease, but I do know that if I do get those things, I'm best prepared.
Right. And you know, I think you're also setting a great example for your kids. This is food. I mean, it has a food label. So this is just food. And so it gets a little frustrating when people say, well, it's too expensive. I don't think they actually have it broken down how much it costs. And they send a 4-month supply
For a reason.
Tell
Yeah.
them why.
So, couple things. It is a food product, so it's obviously going to be less to ship over, if we ship 4 months at a time. And the other reason is our red blood cell supply turns over every 4 months. Okay, we get a brand new set of blood cells. All right, and so by getting this into our body, sure, there's some people that take it for a week. They have more energy, sleep better. There's some people that take it for a month and don't feel a thing yet. But you want to give it time to work in your body. It takes some time to work in your body. And a lot of times, you just don't necessarily notice that gradually that you're starting to feel better until you look back over at that 4 months and think, I really am sleeping better. I really do have more energy. I did start an exercise regimen. I am craving more fruits and vegetables. I have more mental clarity. My nails, hair, and skin look better. All of these benefits. Right, first thing we noticed, right? First thing we noticed. I mean, it's just one of those things that it can take some time, and it's not like fruits and vegetables are important today and they're not going to be next week. They're always going to be important. I knew when I started this 12 years ago, we would be doing this our whole lives. Okay, and I mean, as my son goes off to college this year, I'm thankful that he's in a really good routine. It's just what he knows. He's been doing it for 12 years. He was 5 when we started, so. We're definitely going to have to put a little warning on this. Be prepared for our rant.
Sorry. It's frustrating. This company believes in this product, but you need to be educated. How many times have you gone to the store, and I'm guilty of it, and I'm like, I'm going to buy that supplement, I'm going to buy this supplement. I had a cabinet full of supplements, and I would take them, and I'd take them for a couple weeks, and I'd be like, really not doing anything for me, so I'm just gonna stop taking it. Well, first of all, they weren't doing anything for me. I was peeing them out. My urine was like, a pretty neon color. With this comes a community who is there to support and educate you. And when you start getting educated about, your body and what's healthy for you and things that you should be putting into it, you start taking interest in it, and the research is phenomenal.
Yeah, so we can sit here and say all day what the great things that have happened for our children, our husbands, our parents, but I didn't know that 12 years ago. But I did see the huge body of research, and now that's only grown over 40 plus research studies and many more underway by prestigious universities that basically we purchase the product for them, but then they take over. They can publish whatever they want. It's gold standard research. And so that research showing that, most importantly, this is bioavailable and it is working in our cells, okay? And we have research showing that it works in our cells, and this research done on humans, and the results, they look at blood tests, okay? But then the other piece of it is, the other huge thing for me is the reduction in inflammation. All disease, all aging, disease, and death are a result of some sort of inflammation.
Did you know that? And I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not just taking this here and there a couple times a week. It's taking the recommended dose, which is 2 capsules a day, okay, of each, every single day. I mean, sure, you might forget occasionally, but for the most part, having a routine.
so we have the capsules and we also have the gummies, which
I don't have any gummies right now.
My kids don't. They've graduated to capsules.
Gummies
so
are really tasty though.
a
lot of people like
My
them.
mother takes them. That's her treat. She sets them out in a little dish on the island, and then as she walks by, she just pops a couple in her mouth.
Thanks for listening to us.
My frustration was that when people say that it's too expensive, you can start with this, but I can guarantee you when you start with this and you start seeing the results, I saw it in 3 months in my husband. You're gonna wanna have this, okay? And omegas, everybody should be taking omega.
And this is a high-line omega. It's broad spectrum. It's vegan, so no fishy burp. Okay.
Zero.
It's omegas 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So we're not only looking at heart health. We're looking at brain health, skin, eye, joint. I mean, you can buy omegas at the big box stores and get them for a little bit cheaper, but they're usually just the omega-3. They're a huge fish oil pill. Yeah, and they don't have the same benefits. And when we address cost, these are about $2 a day shake. So my breakfast is $2 plus whatever else I throw in, and I usually get some kale off my tower garden, throw in maybe a little bit of frozen fruit, a half of a frozen banana, a little almond milk. But for $2 a day, I'm getting 15 additional plants. I'm getting a delicious breakfast. I mean, if you go buy a smoothie at Smoothie King, those are almost $5.
Oh, they're over $5.
Yeah. And so 15 plants, low glycemic, vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free, tastes great. So, to me, that's cheap.
A can of Coke is $1. The Jamba Juice smoothie is $4.29. Those little naked juices, those are $2.99 and loaded with sugar.
The energy drinks, those make me crazy. Those Monster drink. Oh my gosh, Red Bull. Oh,
$2.49.
That sounds. Well, this
cheap.
is an older graphic. Yeah. I would say those are closer to $3 now. So
if there's a will, there's a way, and we love our kids, and I think this is the one thing that we can do for our kids is
give them the best nutritional foundation.
I can tell you what Ryan gets in a week, and minus this, I mean, he gets not a lot. It's embarrassing.
I know.
He doesn't get enough fruit. The boy does not like fruit.
We probably on some days, we probably average 1 serving a day for my kids. They probably have 2 or 3 on some days, but then there's days, weekends, they're teenagers. I don't see them. Yeah. Maybe they'll pick up an apple at school, but maybe 2. We're supposed to have 9 to 13 and they're getting 1 or 2. I mean, it's not enough. It's not enough. And it wasn't even when I had control of their diet. Now I really don't. Are you done? Do you feel better?
I feel a little better. I feel a little better. So please, if you have any questions, please reach out. You can
ask.
You can, comment below. Heather's a registered dietitian. I'm a consumer. I'm a happy consumer.
But you've really become educated with all the training and all the education and all the doctors and dietitians and nurses and things that speak, and the pharmacists. We've had a lot of education on this as well. So let us impart our knowledge on you. If you have questions, let us answer those questions.
Okay, that's it. That's all I got.
That's all I got.
Comment below. Hit the big red subscribe button. We got to get our Brussels sprouts out of the oven because that's next.
All right.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye.